Hi YouTube, today we're going to talk about my new Tecova boots, which are this pair right here. I've got a couple of other boots here to sort of compare how things have worn overall. I've got a pair of 26-year-old Tony Llamas right here. I've got a 2-month-old pair of Danners that my daughter's worn every day. And then I have a 7-year-old pair of Danners that I have worn every day on the farm. So let's take a look at these Tecovas. So this is a goat skin leather soled Tecova. Overall, I will say that from a comfort perspective, they are an incredibly comfortable boot. But from an overall wear of the leather, incredibly disappointed with how this boot has worn. So like I said, this is a three and a half week old pair of boots. Granted, I live in the Northwest and it's been a bit cold out, but if you look closely at the boots, they've picked up some kind of strange black markings on the front. I have no idea what this is. I sent a picture to Tecovas who thinks that it's oil. I don't have any oil on my property, so I don't think that's the case. And then just on the sides, they've also like just darkened up incredibly. I don't know what to say other than that this goat skin that Tecova has chosen for this particular boot is not a externally durable product. I also noticed on the boot, really early on, I put some saddle soap on them the other day, but it was actually starting to crack right up here, which on a 3-week-old pair of boots is not something that I would expect to see. So pretty disappointed with the overall construction, or I guess the overall performance of the Tecova leather. Another thing just to look at, just the overall quality of the hammering of the nails. You can definitely feel where you can feel the nails on the bottom of this boot. And if we take a look at a Tony Llama boot, this is a American-made Tony Llama. I know these boots are 26 years old because I got them when I was 16, which tells you how old I am. But if you look at the nails on this boot, they are smooth as the day that I got this boot. Again, we're looking at a 26-year-old calf skin that's been worn a lot, but you don't see any weird marking on this boot other than just leather damage from it being almost 3-decade-old boot. So the calf skin really held up well. Comparison, this is a Danner boot that's a little bit older in our family compared to Tecova. Danner boot exposed to the exact same conditions. I mean, this boot's held up incredibly well. Again, this is a different leather, of course, but this is, I mean, if you look at two different boots and you were to say which one of these boots is 2 years old and which one of these boots is brand new, you would clearly say that this is the newer boot. You would not say that this boot was 3 or 4 weeks old. I mean, I honestly don't know what to say. And then here's a 7-year-old Danner boot. And I think if you were to line these guys up from newest to oldest, you would say that's the newest, that's the second newest, that's the third newest, and that's the oldest. When in actuality, that's the newest, second newest, that is the oldest, and then this is a boot that's held up incredibly well. I mean, this is my day-to-day ranch boot. I beat the snot out of it, and considering how poorly I've taken care of this boot over the last 7 years, this boot has held up incredibly well. So just my thoughts on how these boots have worn over time, and just a warning to folks on the Tecova goatskin boots to just be really careful. I did reach out to Tecova, who told me that this specific boot shouldn't be worn out in the rain or exposed to mud. So I don't know what kind of all hat, no cattle person wears this boot, but it's definitely not designed for actually doing any kind of work. So take care, and hope you like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos.